Good morning, and welcome to TARDIS Spider. I'm Terry, and today, 1977. We're going to take a look back at the year 1977 in the history of Doctor Who. So let's enjoy this video about 1977. Doctor Who in 1977. January 1st, we will continue season 14 with The Face of Evil, followed by The Robots of Death, and the season will end with The Talons of Wen-Chiang. On September 3rd, season 15 will begin with The Horror of Fang Rock, The Invisible Enemy, Image of the Fendahl, and The Sunmakers, which will conclude on the 17th of December. Doctor Who in 1977 will cover parts of two seasons, 14 and 15. It will bring us two new companions, a new producer, and a new script editor. Now, the introduction of Leela as the new companion did little to lessen the fears that the show had become too violent. Tom Baker, in an effort to lighten the mood, added a scene to The Face of Evil, having the Doctor threaten to kill a man with a deadly jelly baby. The Robots of Death, the first story that I saw, is an Agatha Christie-style murder, with a killer loose on an isolated sand miner. Kenneth Sharp's Art Deco sets extend to the crew's flamboyant costumes and impressively to the murderous robots. The Talons of Wen-Chiang is Philip Hinchcliffe's final production with Robert Holmes, with Robert Holmes creating a world from the Sherlock Holmes stories, Phantom of the Opera, and Fu Manchu. In this story, a time fugitive is lurking below the streets of Victorian London. The Talons of Wen-Chiang is the focus of the first Doctor Who documentary, by allowing BBC Two's The Lively Arts to follow production around. In September, season 15 will get off to a tricky start for new producer Graham Williams, with higher-ups canceling Terrance Dicks's stories, The Vampire Mutation. Graham MacDonald would argue it would be perceived as if a parody of the upcoming prestigious presentation of Dracula. In classic Doctor Who style, Dicks would quickly pen a story, The Horror of Fang Rock, itself a true classic. In The Horror of Fang Rock, a shape-shifting Rutan has the occupants of a lighthouse at its mercy. But as always, in Doctor Who, change was coming. The Invisible Enemy was a change of direction for the series under Graham Williams. This story is a bizarre sci-fi adventure, parts of which are similar to 1966's Fantastic Voyage. This story's appeal to younger viewers was confirmed when the Doctor and Leela were joined by new companion K9. For the duration of the Image of Fendahl, K9 was confined to the TARDIS, emerging to be at Leela's side and proving his worth in The Sunmakers. The Sunmakers is a Robert Holmes tale of a plutocratic society and incorporated a number of swipes at the Inland Revenue. This is the IRS in America. From this story onward, Holmes' replacement Anthony Reed would work with Graham Williams. But before they could realize a new grand design for the future, they would have to collaborate on one more last-minute script in January 1978. And now an update from last week. Last week I informed you that someone in our family had contracted the virus. My mother-in-law, who was 85, got the virus, and sadly Tuesday she passed away. So I want to remind every one of you to love your family, love your friends, love everyone. Take the time to wear a mask, wash your hands, and social distance. Remember, we all want to enjoy our journey through time and space. So stay safe, and I will see all of you again soon. Thank you, and good night. For a recommendation this week, let's turn to Netflix. Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, starring Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. Musicians Lars and Sigrid are given the opportunity to represent their country at the world's biggest song competition. Finally, they have a chance to prove that any dream worth having is a dream worth fighting for, and maybe fall in love along the way. So watch Will Ferrell in the Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga on Netflix. Good night, stay safe, enjoy your journey through time and space, and we'll see all of you again soon. Is he up against the white?
No, he's not up against the white. But I'm getting that good movement.